I know you won't swing, but this is the Parry.
This is the Parry.
Hook getting uppercut is getting scary.
It's getting scary.
Treasure the truth or risk getting buried.
Risk getting
I'm
killed.
on a mission, you hear me? Yeah, this is the Parry.
This is
They
the
got
Parry.
that green light if we say go.
Speaking of money, though, I know you've seen the latest in the Jake Paul circus, the Jake Paul side circus show that's going on in boxing right now that's happened to take center stage. And before we get into this, real quick, before we get into this, I have something I want to say. I have something I need to say. Recently, Jake Paul has came out and said anybody who says that his fights are fixed, he will be taking legal action against. I don't know if he means like I'm going to sue or if he means I'm a snitch on the level of I want to try to get you locked up for slander. I don't know which one it is. I don't know if he's saying I want to get paid from you or I want you locked up or if I want both.
Right.
Either way, to me, it's some bitch ass nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some bitch ass nigga shit. You know, either way. So people are saying that it looks fixed. And so to them, they're saying it's fixed. Now, recently, I seen Elias Sucknuts. I mean,
Chavez. It was horrible. That was horrible.
No. What's that boy name? Elias Sekbeck. Reporting. Yeah, this little troll, this little boy. I seen him recently, and it was a shame. It was the adoration that he clearly has for Jake Paul and his with his homoerotic soliloquy that he gave about Jake Paul and his contribution to the sport. And it's a shame of how people claim that his fights are fixed and fake because people have eyes and they have common sense. And there are people who know this sport and understand boxing and know that when they see Jake Paul and his brother and they see these Heckle and Jekyll guys up there in the ring and these fights, something's not right.
Exactly.
Something's not right. I mean, I didn't expect this. What's this last kid who's the victim, the last guy, the Chavez Jr.
That was the last fight. Yeah, that was horrible.
Chavez
Chavez
Jr. I don't even know if you could return to Mexico after that. I don't even know if he was allowed back into Mexico after the what was the Jake? Which Paul? Because they're the same. Jake Logan. Which one did he fight? Was it Jake or Logan? Which one did he fight?
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul.
Logan is the one doing WWE, right? He the one doing.
He's doing the wrestling, and all that.
Either way, I don't like neither one of them. Although I will say that Jake Paul has, I'm not going to deny, he definitely has brought some money and excitement and drama into boxing. He definitely has done that. And not in his fights, but with his promotion company. And that we'll talk about that later. Me and Bomani actually had a whole thing where we discussed that. But, you know, talking about this Jake Paul and the fact that Sekneck said that whatever, what's about the Suckneck? That guy, Sekbeck. Yeah. The fact that he went on to, you know, people who say this and they say all this about you, and you know, but we, you know, this is your greatness, and this is what greatness happens, and they hate. You know, there's this. It's greatness like when you see an elephant on top of a ball. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of greatness we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? When you see a lady swallow fire, you know what I'm saying? It's one of them. That's the greatness.
Right.
But as far as a fighter, as far as in the sport, nah, there's no greatness. But it does seem like some fakeness.
That's what it is.
It does seem like some fakeness.
The money good. That's all that is.
So he's saying that he's suing. For people call, he's taking legal action. You sound like a bitch.
Yeah,
like a bitch.
You take illegal action on somebody's opinion. That's
had some real fights then. Had some real fights. Stop bringing out a drugged up 58-year-old Mike Tyson then. You up here beating up on our heroes, knowing that they can use that money, knowing that he still got IRS debt to his fucking neck. You gonna beat up on Mike Tyson, who clearly showed you mercy in that fight. We seen him biting his gloves, holding back. He could have took your head off, boy. That's Mike Tyson we talking about, man.
That's why I said that's why the fights is funny. With them, that's why those fights is funny. They probably threw an extra million on top of. They throw an extra million on top of whatever.
Hey man, get Holyfield in the ring with this boy. Holyfield ain't gonna play the script. Holyfield ain't gonna let you beat up on him. I don't care, yo. Holyfield will not. Holyfield will have a stroke, a heart attack, and a seizure before he concedes to you in that ring.
Right.
Get Holyfield in, bust his shit all up, headbutt him all over the place.
Fact.
Bring Holyfield in. As you want to fight up one of the old, and I was a Mike Tyson fan, so you know what that means. I hated Holyfield.
Yeah.
As a kid, I hated Holyfield. I'm a true Mike Tyson fan.
Me too. Me too.
That's part of the rules. You couldn't have been a real Mike. You wasn't a real Mike Tyson fan if you didn't hate Holyfield. That was like part of being a Mike Tyson fan. You know what I'm saying? But Holyfield ain't gonna go along with the script. He'll take the money. You know what I mean? But you might have to sue him for breaching the contract. And we all know that this shit is fake.
Right.
Then we'll all know that shit is fake that you doing.
Exactly.
But you know, because you said you suing and you doing legal action because you the police, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say, yeah, it looked like it. I'm not gonna say it's fake. I'm gonna say it's a circus sideshow attraction that somehow you done got on the center stage. Somehow you done put that shit on the main stage. And kudos to you for that. Because from a like as a promoter, wow, yo, like you already standing shoulder to shoulder with a piece of shit like Bob Arum. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Now, to his next circus act, he's enlisted none other than Gervonta Tank Davis. And our brother Bomani, he gave an opinion on this. He got a video on this. Check that out on the channel. Don't forget. And while you're at it, don't forget to jab that like button, hook off on that, subscribe, uppercut that shit. You know what I'm saying? But
shout out to Bomani.
Tank Davis now.
Oh man, that Tank pissed me off with that. When I seen it kind of pissed me off. I'm like, you got Shakur Stevenson, you got Keyshawn, you got Teofimo. You gonna pick Jake Paul out of all people, and then you ain't even get Lamont Rose to rematch. Like, I ain't got no respect for Tank for that. On some real, I ain't got no respect for him right now. It looked like a retirement check from what I'm looking at.
They say the Tank wasn't in the proper headspace training for the fight, which probably means he didn't train. He was dealing with the legal issues. He got the legal victory, so that's behind him now. So that's something he doesn't have to worry about. But even with the legal stuff, we don't know the personal stuff that legal stuff could have been attached to that might still be a factor in his life now. And this may be a bigger check than all three of those fights you just named. The Roach fight, what'd you say? You said the Roach, the Shakur, who else? You said Teofimo, right? You got those three fights right there.
Keyshawn.
And this is clearly paying more than a Keyshawn fight. But I don't know what he agreed to take for this fight. But to me, it seems like this was the money grab for him.
That's what
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure for him to take this fight, it was the money grab for him.
Exactly.
Does that make sense? Because we heard Bradley recently say that Tim Bradley recently said that he's gone. He said his mind isn't there no more.
Yeah, When I seen that, I was pissed off, man. I was like, come on, man. To be honest with you, I don't even want it to sell. That's how bad I'm like, I don't even really want to see it. I'm like, Jake Paul, come on, man.
So you wanted to do bad. You don't want it even. You don't even want to see this
That's
be.
it.
You
Yeah,
you
that's
want
like,
this to be a disaster.
yeah, that's a retirement check, man.
That's a
I was
real
saying,
boxing
I said,
purist.
I hope it don't sell. To be honest with
That's a
you,
real purist boxing standpoint right there. To
I
have
hope it
that, to
don't
have
sell.
that standpoint. That's a pure. Just so you know, that's a pure boxing standpoint right there.
Yeah, like
You know what I mean? To feel like that. He said, I don't even want that shit to sell.
exactly.
Forget that. I don't even want it to make no
They
money. I want
playing
it to be a flop. I
exactly.
understand.
They playing games. They playing games,
It
man.
won't be though. It won't be, and it might be a retirement check. You just said something. It might be. This might be. I'm out of here. And remember, he came up under Floyd Mayweather as far as
Yeah,
his business acumen in the game. He learned a lot from
yeah,
Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather always expressed that this is the fight business and maximizing, the money that you could make while minimizing the risk you could take, which we're gonna have to get into this risk in a second because there may be some risks here. This is
yeah.
not like this size is a huge factor, but we'll get to that though. But
That's what I'm saying. It's
Floyd
like a whole big difference.
Floyd has definitely taught him, it seems like, and this may be something that he learned from Floyd, watching Floyd go 50-0 with his 50th victory, being up against an MMA fighter who never had a boxing fight in his life, and which was one of the biggest fights in boxing history, as far as how much it grossed.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So now let's look at these. Let's look at how these guys actually match up. Because I just said that this may not be. I'm pretty sure in his mind he's like, oh, this is a walk in the park, or is he knowing that I'm willing to take the ultimate. I'm about to take both purses. If it's a 50 million purse, he's taking the whole 50 million to take that swan. Nah, you know what I mean? I'm about to take that
But
swan.
you got Jake Paul
That swan dive.
You got Jake Paul at 6'1", 199 pounds. Then you got Tink at 5'5", 133 pounds.
So we got 133 pounds on a grown ass man versus 200 pounds, basically.
Yeah,
Basically. At 6'1", and what's this, 5'5"? Did you say 6'1" and 5'5"? So what's that? What's that? A 8-inch difference right there?
Yeah, I'm like
this is
the
insane.
matchup don't even. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like the fight.
You don't like the fight? It doesn't make
And
sense.
if it go to distance, if they do fight and they go to distance, it was fixed. I'm gonna say it's fixed.
You gonna say it was fixed?
Yeah.
If it goes to distance,
fishy. There's something fishy about it. Like it seemed like they talked about it. They went behind closed doors. Like, let's make this fight happen. We're gonna get this much bread, this much money, whatever like that. Let's do it.
So basically, what you're saying to me, this is what I'm hearing. I'm thinking I'm hearing. Because I'm hearing between stuff right now. I'm not just hearing, I'm hearing between frequencies when you talking right now. And basically what it sounds like you telling me is that Tank Davis is prostituting himself right now.
Basically.
He's basically Tank Davis is prostituting himself right now with this Jake Paul fight.
Because remember he was talking about how bad boxing is, how fake they is, and all this stuff. He was like, I'm ready to retire. He tried to retire before. Remember, he was like, nah, I ain't gonna retire.
He
I got a
talked
few
about
more
it.
fights.
I thought it might have been a negotiation ploy.
Well,
maybe
that was supposed
him
to be the
trying to get
surprise.
trying to get his promoters maybe to move a certain way with a certain urgency that he wants or make fights happen. I don't know what that was really about. I know he said it, and he ended up back in the ring two more times after that, I believe.
Yep. But that they talked about that though. him and Jake, Jake Paul fighting and all this stuff
Right.
at this because he said I don't know, he was mad at the promotion and all that stuff. So that was just like his out that was his outlet to say. And you know what, that was a surprise when he fought Roach. That was supposed to be the surprise if he would have won. Because he was supposed to make an announcement if he would have won that fight against Roach.
So you're saying that this was already planned, basically?
Yeah, this was already planned.
Him fighting Jake Paul was before Roach. Well,
yeah.
From what I'm hearing is Jake, and I don't actually keep up in Jake Paul news. The Sec Nuts, the you know that guy reporting him,
right?
That guy, that's basically when I seen that video. When it came across and I seen it, because I was interested in him talking about he taking legal action. Like, what kind of legal actions you taking, boy?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when I seen that, I said, okay, let me see what he's talking about. Let me see what kind of police shit this boy talking about. Now, after I seen that, I realized, well, I learned a little bit about Jake Paul as far as what he was supposedly had going on. And I seen that he had a fight supposedly that was supposed to happen with Anthony Joshua.
I seen that too.
Because that fight fell apart for whatever reason, maybe Anthony wasn't willing to lose to you predeterminedly. Maybe I'm just speculation, allegedly, speculatively, didn't want to lose to you. The fight maybe didn't happen, but for whatever reason, the fight didn't happen, and now 199, 200 pounds
versus 133.
You went out and found a lightweight, a heavyweight versus a lightweight.
Yeah,
heavyweight, lightweight.
And I heard he's talking about
lightweight. Like, one has the word heavy in it, the other has the word light, to let you know the diametrical opposition that these two things are in with each other.
Exactly. It don't make no sense. Well, Jake was talking about dropping to 190, and Tank said he could. I think Tank said he can get to like 180. He walk around like 180.
And where does Tank go after that? This does start. The more the more
That's
we talk about this,
like,
the more this sounds like a retirement plan. You blow up the 180 in the ring, then what do? You go all the way back down to 135. You don't want to fight at 140. You don't want to jump up to 140 or 147 where the killers is lurking, where the sharks is at.
He went up there one time when he fought Mario Barrios, whatever, and that was it.
I went right back down to the shallow.
Went right back to 130.
Went right back down to the shallow part of the stream.
Yep.
He didn't want to go with a current. Got a little rough. Where they said, nah, there's sharks in that part.
Yeah.
Let me go back over here. Let me go back over here to this blue lagoon. Let me stay away from that Gulf. You know what I mean? Let me stay away from that Gulf over there. Go back to this.
I don't even want to see that fight, to be honest with you. I'm gonna watch it though, but
I mean, it's our job to watch these fights.
I'm gonna watch it, but man, it ain't. It ain't nothing to be excited about.
Yeah, we're not excited about that at the Parry.
Yeah,
we don't promote that.
Especially when you already had people calling you out. You had Shakur calling you out. Shakur was calling out Tank. Keyshawn called out Tank. Teofimo called out Tank. All these people, you got a bunch of fighters. You got a bunch of fighters in that still out there.
Word.
I've been calling your name for the longest.
Tank's biggest fight was against a YouTuber. And Tank is one of the highest paid boxers in the sport.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of the highest paid boxers in the sport, and he's one of the faces of the sport.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fading face fast, but he's one of the faces in the sport.
You already know he's gonna lose fans for this shit. For this Jake Paul shit, he gonna lose fans for that.
Well, yes and no. I mean, it all depends on how this fight goes. If he, let's be honest,
like who want? I just can't see people wanting to see this. Like,
play the scenarios in your head. Okay, he goes out there and loses. What happens? He goes out there and loses. What's the scenario?
If Tank goes out there and lose,
yeah, I'm asking
you.
He
gonna get that. He gonna get that big payday. Then he gonna try to. He might retire or he might come back for one more fight.
How are the people gonna react to him? Because you said people are gonna lose respect. If he loses,
he might.
How do the people? How do the people feel? How do the people feel if he loses this fight?
He might mess around and get booed.
Just coming out to the fight.
Yeah, he might mess around and get booed just coming out. I can just see that happening.
I think that's how you. I think you feel so strongly against this fight. You just hoping that happens. You just hope when he comes out.
It is gonna happen. Booed. It is gonna happen. They're gonna boo the shit out of him, yo.
Okay, so now
they gonna boo Jake. They gonna boo Jake Paul.
So look, he comes out there. He gets booed by the people. You got to hear what you say, because remember, these are the people who came to the fight to see the fight.
Yeah, they're gonna boo us.
Let's say they boo him. He comes out there, gets booed. Specifically, our brother, Tank Davis. Tank Davis comes out, gets booed. They have the fight. He loses, gets his ass whooped, or just gets handled. It looks almost like the Tyson fight, maybe. Then what? How does the crowd react? How do the fans react to Tank Davis after that?
He gonna lose a lot of fans, man. I mean, he gonna lose me.
Are they done with? Are they done with him? Are they done with him?
No, they ain't gonna. No, they gonna be done with him.
They're not done with him.
They're gonna be done with him.
Right,
because they still want to see them other fights. They still want to see him fight Shakur. They still want to see him fight, the other fights. So
this doesn't take none of that out of that. This doesn't take none of the luster away from that.
But this gonna dumb it. This gonna bring his career down. I think.
Fair enough. That was one scenario.
Bring his career down.
That was one scenario. The other scenario, he goes out there and knocks his freaking head off. He goes out there and knocks Jake Paul head off.
Then it's gonna be Tank this, Tank that. But they still, at the end of the day, they still want to see him fight the high class boxer.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Me personally, as a fan of the sport, that's what I want to see. I want to see him fight any of those that you mentioned over this guy, except for this guy. I want to see any fight but this guy. This is not even a fight that I take serious. However, I must admit this. Tank goes out there and he beats this guy. He finally beats this guy. He finally breaks this guy down, hurts this guy. Shows the people this ain't fake. This is what happens when you get in there with someone real. Which I don't know if this is favorite to happen. We just broke down the metrics of these fighters, and I don't know if him knocking him out is really possible like that. But if it is, because they say Tank hits as hard as a heavyweight. There are people who've been in the ring saying, Tank hit as hard as anybody.
Yeah.
If Tank does go out there and knocks him out, this is big for Tank now. This is big. I just don't know how he comes back and what fight he takes after doing that to his body, because we seen when Roy Jones jumped up to fight John Ruiz for the WBA heavyweight strap. What happened when he came back down to fight Tarver in the first fight, not the one he got knocked out and the one that he won, but we seen the struggle, the life and death struggle it was, which made us say, you got to fight this guy again because we never seen you struggle before.
That's what he said. It's over for you. It's over for you. That's what was his name? Tarver. Not Tarver. Yeah, Tarver. Yeah.
Tarver.
He said it's over for you. It's over for you, Floyd. I mean, Roy. I remember that.
So, how does Tank do that? And if he, but besides him doing that, though, the fact that a victory puts him in another echelon of pop culture.
Yeah.
Like, really, this puts him in another echelon of pop culture.
Yeah.
So I think that, it's if you're looking at your exit plan from boxing and what your next move is going to be, this is definitely something that, like I said, it sets you up for another move. Just off of the recognition now and the notoriety that you'll get. Because, like I said, this is for put you in a whole nother echelon of pop culture right now.
I'm gonna say, look, if he win, his popularity probably gonna go back up. But really, people don't want to really see that. They don't want to see this fight, really.
Nah, the people don't. The Jake Paul people.
They still gonna be
Jake
saying
Paul people do though.
Fight Teofimo, fight Shakur, fight Devin Haney. They's gonna keep saying that until he fight one of them.
But Jake Paul people want to see this fight though.
Yeah,
Jake Paul got a huge following. He got a huge following, bro.
Yeah, you see when he was smacking the tank little display joint. He was smacking it around. You know how they got. They got to promote the fight. They got to promote the fight.
I actually didn't see that. I haven't been. I just seen the articles that the fight is official, that the fight is happening, and so that's what I'm going off of. I just seen the articles. I haven't even caught any of that like that.
The Jake Paul and the Tank fight is a terrible fight. I don't really want to see it, but I'm gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? But come on, Tank, man. You gotta do better than that. I know it's a money thing, but it's like you're not taking the sport of boxing serious. To me,
yeah,
it's like he's not taking it serious no more. Like he just doing whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
And then look, I'm pretty sure his training and all them probably like, man, come on, man. You got us training you for this. Like,
yeah,
for a Jake Paul fight, well, you should have been fighting Roach. I think he should have fought Roach and then go into that. He could have went into that Jake Paul fight or whatever. He should have fought Roach again with the rematch. Then see how that turned. Then go into that.
I absolutely feel like he needs to fight Roach again. That's a fight that a lot of people felt like he even lost that fight.
Exactly.
There's unfinished business. A draw garners a rematch, especially when it's a fight that was that close. But you could have actually lost that fight, and a lot of people would have been like, "Yes, this is about right." So, to me, you're way back through legitimate boxing because this right here is the sideshow circus act that you're doing. But when you get back into legitimate boxing, your way back through legitimate boxing is through Lamont Roach, in my opinion.
Exactly.
And until Lamont Roach is soundly beaten by somebody and looking silly out there in the ring, you got to see that man, or the man that beats that man. But you got to see that man. Let's just be honest. You got to see that man.
It's possible we might see Roach, Lamont Roach, and Shakur Stevenson.
But we know that they were talking about a possible Tank Pacquiao fight. We know that that's now.
Yeah. I'd rather see that. I'd rather see that than the Jake Paul fight.
You rather see Tank Pacquiao than?
I'd rather see Tank and Pacquiao.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that would have been.
They both were almost.
I think that would have been
because Pacquiao's a real boxer.
That would have been a money fight too, though. I think he could have made some good money off of that.
Absolutely, and he should destroy Pacquiao if that did happen. Like he should go in there.
He should.
But style wise, though, that would be an interesting fight. And the only reason I'm saying he should be able to destroy Pacquiao is because of Pacquiao's age and the wear and tear. And I don't see Pacquiao being able to stand up to them guns that Tank has. His arsenal is. So I don't see that. And Pacquiao has that style though that.
Yeah, he can make you. He can throw you off. Pacquiao can throw your whole style off.
Like he's able to just be in your face after being on the other side of the ring, right there, throwing punches, then backing up, and right back there again. Which is how he ended up getting knocked out by Marquez, because Marquez timed him with that dumb shit. But he's a master at it. He's a master at it.
Actually, now we're going to show you how to catch the jab. Actually, in boxing, it's called parrying.